You rocking out with LFOD.
LFOD Radio, live free or die.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
Live free or die.
LFOD Radio. Boy.
You are now tuned in to LFOD Radio, live free or die. This is episode 1, season 6, live and direct, new venue, new mix, same great program.
Oh yeah.
I am your host, Uncle Sam. I am joined tonight by Amanda Shea.
Yo, yo.
And A-Ball.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm great.
You good?
Yeah.
That's good.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I've been better.
Yeah?
Not gonna lie.
Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I do. So I had a mini wipeout on my way here.
Yeah.
And this is on top of a whole busy day, so it's really just like, I kind of just like hurt my ankle where I've hurt my ankle in a previous two-wheeled vehicle accident.
Okay.
And this one was way less intense, but just hit my ankle like right in the same spot. And it was just like I'm just like limping down Mass Ave on my way here, and I'm not.
We
I'm not
appreciate
about
you
it.
coming out.
Yeah, I was kind of cranky, but y'all are making me feel better. Not gonna lie.
Word.
Yeah, we're back. What's up with you, Amanda?
Nothing much. Busy week.
Yeah?
Busy weekend. Yeah. Saturday was really, really dope. I was able to host at Northeastern University for Shauna Bryant Consulting. She had this Hustle x2 event. Wow. Huge like career and entrepreneurial like conference. Had amazing guest speakers. We had Miss Black America 2019.
Nice.
Ryan Richardson was there. Sheena Collier, Atia Martin, Malia Lazoo, just like so many people that were just there to guest speak. We did workshops. It was really, really dope. And it was all day too. They
Nice.
fed us. They fed us.
That's always
breakfast,
important.
breakfast
Yeah.
and lunch. Like, no, food is like super
meals?
important. Yes.
Nice.
That's rare.
Nutritious meals too. So I was really, really grateful. Yeah, I learned a lot too. It was really good to see like what's going on in the community.
What kind of workshops were these?
So it was like strategic building, how to basically like get your whole life together for 2020. It was like 6 or 7 different workshops, and they broke them down in between like 2 periods within the day. So it was really cool. So you got a workshop in the morning, then came back and got some guest speakers and a panel discussion, and then went back to the workshop, had some lunch, went back to the workshops, came back and heard some more. So it was really cool.
What's the biggest gem?
The biggest gem, there was so many that day, but one of the main takeaways I got was not everyone's a visionary, and to surround yourself with like-minded people. I mean, like I've heard that before, but it really resonated that day for me.
Yeah.
It did.
Why do you think that's the case?
I don't know. I think I think artists in general have like a hard time sometimes like sharing their ideas and sharing their plans with people that may or may not be like inside their team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think I struggle with that a lot as well. Like as open as I am with like sharing my ideas is also like how kind of like nervous I am about doing it. Yeah, I just think it's...
That's interesting because I agree that not everyone's a visionary, but for that reason, I don't think you should surround yourself with like-minded people. Because I know diversity is a buzzword, but people with different opinions and viewpoints are super crucial, or you get in this like crazy bubble that you build for yourself.
Yeah, imagine like 3 different Kanye West clones trying to make a song together. Oh no.
But I don't think they mean like-minded to that extent.
Okay.
I think it means like people fueling like or on a journey. You know what I mean? That are moving towards their purpose in life. Like they know what their why is and they're moving towards it. I think when people say like-minded, that's what they mean. Like people who are on the same path or are doing the same thing or in the same field or around the same field that you're doing. And I don't think necessarily that if you put all these like-minded people that it would be an incubator of like same ideas. I think it'll add different perspectives because not everybody thinks alike. So they're going to
Yeah.
have different like opinions about what you're doing anyways. But then there's like the flip side of that where it's like, well, not everybody's a visionary, so then why are you nervous about saying what your vision is if not everybody can potentially execute that?
Oh, it was more like getting rid of fear.
Yeah.
I think it can mean a lot of different things. I think
So they didn't want you to share it with someone who would be like taking it, or like
I think that could be translated as or taken as like somebody stealing your idea, or maybe you have the fear of like expressing your idea.
super thumbs down. I'm with you on that. Like, first of all, the craziest idea, like sentence to me is "I have an idea" or "I had an idea," because we don't possess them at all. They exist. They're out there. They pass through you.
Yeah.
And if you're worried anyone taking your idea, like you already lost, because it's not your idea to corral that
So
way.
you're from
They
the
will just
school.
have
So
that
you're from the
idea.
school of thought that believes that like not one, like you didn't think that thought, that potentially you're getting somebody else's thought and like you're
Right.
actually
I think there's
executing
people
it.
who are good
Not
at
someone else's.
It's
It's
like
just-
sort
That's
of.
what I'm saying. It's not yours.
There are
Someone-
people who are like good at reaching into that, like conduits or whatever, and you want to brainstorm with them. And if you can have one idea, you can have a million, like rabbits. But yeah, that's like you'll be super stuck if you get stuck on one idea. And I have this idea after electricity invented same exact time, opposite.
You know he was an Aquarius. Just saying.
Which one, Tesla or Edison?
Edison.
That's awesome. What was Tesla?
I don't know.
Probably
He wasn't an
something fire.
Aquarius.
Tesla was a stone cold maniac. I love it.
Random
But-
fun fact.
Anyway, that's dope. I love talking about ideas. We're here on season 6, LFOD
Welcome.
Radio.
That's like my number.
If you're
My
tuned in,
6.
if you're tuned in, we can describe a little bit about what you're seeing. We just got to let people know what's happening. We are currently recording off air, and what we're going to be doing, we're actually at the record company right now. They've been kind enough to let us use their space.
Shout out.
Yes.
We're recording off air. We have the lights, we have the camera, we have the audio, so
And we got the action.
Ball's been really coming out of his shell lately, and I love it. And
You said lights, camera, dude. Like I had to.
yeah, man.
You gave him the alley.
You can't leave.
We
that
did a
out
pilot
there.
episode last week just to test the new setup, and he had a couple fire ones. We might drop that on the Patreon because, like, but anyway, so we're out here, and if you remember the old setup, the videos were cool, but we were kind of working with the constraints of a radio station and where we could fit things. Here, we're able to set it up how we want, so it's going to be super clean. It's going to be formatted for, social media and all that. So artists, when you're on here, it's going to go further. It's going to go better. There's a big white background. It's going to catch people's attention. You're going to look good. We got the camera. We're also able to do some post-production, some new things.
Oh, got the sound.
Do the air horn.
I got my Funk Flex.
Yes.
So we're super out here.
Can I try pressing one? Like,
Yeah, press that button right there.
Oh my god.
So if y'all have any effects that you want to add, let me know. I'm going to come up with a few curated effects that we're going to drop from time to time. But we're going to be doing these episodes at the record company, and then we're going to be dropping them. We're doing the same format exactly, so we'll be putting them out on LFOD Radio, still broadcasting on WMFO. We're going to be adding some more FM and internet stations to the mix. It's syndicated. The brand is Brolic. We're growing. We're spreading, etc. You can also, this part we might not even need to say anymore because you're probably listening online, but you can hear past episodes on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher, LFODradio.com, pretty much any other podcast app. We've got 145 episodes up right now. If you subscribe, you'll get these right away. We're going to be dropping them regularly, but subscription, they'll pop right up. Hit us up at LFOD Radio on Instagram or Twitter, LFOD Life on Facebook. If you want to send us some feedback, let us know who we should talk to this season, what type of sound effects you want, et cetera, et cetera.
Sound effects are
because
important.
we're going to be blowing things up.
This is my new favorite feature.
I'm glad you're into it. Now that was a pretty good length intro, I think. So we're gonna play a couple records, and then we're gonna come back. Amanda, this record. Well, we'll get into it. First, we're gonna play this one right here. That is from this guy, John Beatty.
Yes, that's my guy.
So he's been pretty consistently hitting us up with some music.
It's my guy.
Let's
That's
check
your
it.
guy.
Yes.
How does Ron Beatty feel about that?
What?
Oh.
Ron Beatty, John Beatty. You're,
I mean,
are you gonna put the Beattys against each other?
I don't think so. And they're not related. They just happen to have the same name.
It's
right?
Ron Beatty anyway.
I
Hopefully
was
it's
like-
John Beatty. I don't.
It is John Beatty.
John Beatty.
Yeah.
Ron John.
This is his new record.
Ron John.
Tune into LFOD Radio. And we are back. LFOD Radio. That was just the new Cousin Stiz. Perfect. Featuring City Girls. Before that, we had Killer Kowalski and Radical One with
So-
MIL. And John Beatty with 0000 hours.
Who?
Yo, so another thing we did is we've been dropping our playlists. We just got the new ones out, the crew mixes. We dropped LFOD playlists
The crew.
for what we've been playing every month so y'all can see what we've been spinning on here. Artists can find out what we're playing, and we can reach more artists to send us more music. Everything we play comes in through the inbox. When you see the Freddie Gibbs, when you see the Cousin Stiz, when you see the DJ, when you see national acts, they are still coming through our inbox. So definitely keep hitting us with music, because that's how we find out about y'all. And we get some fire. But we also listen to more than just clean records all day. So everyone in the crew drops their own mix as well. I want to talk a little bit about this month's mixes, or October's mixes.
I couldn't play any of my
No?
my playlist songs.
Yeah, what's going on with you, man? You got a very smoky list here.
It was smoky. I was
What are you going through this month?
frankly, this is kind of like a since I arrived from my summer job type of playlist.
Yeah.
I think like I kind of just entered the fall in like a whole haze of cannabis, like, and it was just like honestly, like I feel like I wanted the playlist to transition into something slightly kind of darker.
Okay.
Like as I got kind of like busier in life,
Yeah.
things always like start to stress me out, and they start to, you know, kind of get me down in a way where it's like it seems like there aren't enough hours in the day to do everything. That's how I feel today, honestly. Like there's just a lot of homework that I got to do, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep talking about school when I'm at
Yeah, you're killing-
Live for Your Die
killing the
Radio,
buzz.
but it's like I only have one class, and it's still like all this work, and
school.
I'm just like,
They want to hear about the music, though.
yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
You're a huge Dave East fan.
I am a big Dave East fan. I think I just like the way his voice sounds.
Okay.
He's just got like rap, you know, like a rap voice. I don't know. And I mean, like, yeah, he's just always, his flow, I think it's very like, I think the fact that Nas signed him is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think Nas could see like this guy I feel like in his music, he sort of tends to rap about one theme of just like kind of like crime and pills and like, but like more like the song that I put at the end of this playlist was one of the first records I found by him that was like way deeper than that, I think.
Yeah.
Like my brother pointed it out. I kept trying to show him Dave East songs, and he's like, he's good. Like I love it, but like he you can find a lot of his verses are just like kind of different
Like
ways
almost
to say
a formula.
yeah, of just like topics, a formula of topics.
Yeah.
And this was so new to me. And the instrumental in this song, this is the song Don't Shoot, by the way, since people are watching. Don't Shoot by Dave East, I think has an instrumental that is like really attractive to my ears. It just like, it makes you feel, it's a complicated emotion that
Yeah.
the like music from that song emits to
I haven't
me.
heard the record. I'm going to check it out.
Definitely.
We should play it.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
guess, do you want to make a clean version for us?
I can do that.
Yeah, if you want to clean it up, we'll play it.
Cool.
Word.
That'd be dope. Amanda, we played one of your records just now, that Cousin Stiz, perfect.
You're
Perfect.
My list has been really geared towards like, I think like performers I've been seeing, like, I don't know, like Auntie Cap's on there, shout out my girl Capella, like killed it at the Hipstory show, and I think I've been just like seeing people do their thing so much live that I'm like, I want to put them on a playlist and make sure that I bump that. Photo just dropped a new project. Super surprised. I didn't even know about it until it dropped and listened to the whole thing from front to back, and I was like, this is fire. And he's got a lot of the homies on it too, so that's where my playlist is at. Like that new Russ with Bia though, fire. Like,
See, Rihanna posted it today?
Well, she actually
Everybody's
posted
been
it
talking about
as
that.
soon as it came out,
Yeah.
and Cousin Stiz was played on the Kim Kardashian and Kylie, like Kylie was doing Kim Kardashian's makeup or whatever, and
Yeah.
they had Perfect playing in the background.
Which was dope. We
So I'm
stand
just
Rihanna
like,
now.
yo, like this is so dope. I mean, Rihanna
She literally
is
like typed it out, like shout out.
yeah, like
Russ and
Rihanna's
Bia.
fire. I mean, she was walking in the video to the song, like it's just fire. She should get on the remix, low key, high key. That would be fire.
I need new Rihanna in my life.
Russ,
Yeah.
if you do that, you heard it here
That'd be a
first.
huge flex.
Just saying. Rihanna,
The
Bia,
remix.
and Russ, that would be fire.
If y'all still don't know who Bia is, LFOD Radio, we got the whole interview up on our
She's so
IGTV, or you can go on our YouTube, LFOD.
Dutch, like I got so many people on that list. Oompa and Brandy Blaze, like Red Shades. Just people that I'm like, yo, I rock with their music for real.
Don't get it twisted either. The Kardashian thing is a huge look because even though it just is like in the background, like songs can pop off that,
Oh, for
which
sure.
is wild. Because
People that wouldn't normally listen to that or wouldn't hear it now
Reaching so many
are,
ears.
are now listening to it.
Boston is really
We're
starting to
starting.
get some eyes. You know, we've been waiting for it, and it's been slowly happening. And a lot of artists are pushing a lot of envelopes
exciting.
right now.
One person I did leave off of there that I didn't add that I'll probably add next time is Rilla Force. Like that
Shout out to
Fiesta,
Rilla.
that Fiesta project is fire. Like, but I try to keep it to 12.
Yeah.
So I didn't. But yeah, it's a fire project. Fire project.
It'll definitely make the next one.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's already 3 that Can I do that? Can I put like 3 songs?
It's whatever you're listening to.
Word. Okay, cool. I'm
You
gonna
could
do
do, yeah. I got doubles on mine. So.
it. Do you?
Yep.
I
I reused a song in this playlist that I've used before.
Before I get into mine, I will say I finally listened to the new Gangstar today. You guys
I
have
was
heard
just
it?
thinking about that today. I was like, I gotta listen to that album on the ride here.
Yeah, I haven't yet.
Yeah, it's worth checking out.
I heard like Guru's just prolific anyways.
Yeah.
And I heard that like a lot of the stuff that is on this album is like stuff that like is so prevalent to this to this time frame, and apparently some of the stuff was recorded previously. That's what I was
Well, all his stuff was.
Yeah, so that's what I was like hearing. So I was like, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
some of it, a lot of it is consistent. It's really nice to hear Preem and Guru again, just in general. I think some of it can sound a bit dated, but like content-wise, I think a lot of it is good. I got to listen a bunch of times. I made it through once. There's a few songs that really stood out. It's kind of weird because I need to read more about it. I don't know. His verses obviously are old, and I think the beats must have been what he wrote to. But then there's like new verses mixed in. So like the first song starts out with MOP, and he always did records with MOP. So I was like, maybe these are MOP verses from 20 years ago too, but they weren't. And then, you know, obviously there's a Cole verse, there's a Royce verse. Nitty Scott got on there, which is cool because I don't see
That's
her
dope.
out a lot. And then there's, you know, so there's some new stuff, some old stuff. I'm curious how old the beats are. It sounded good. I mean, it was a bit long, but I liked it. I'm still not sure how I feel about mixing the two eras. I almost think I would have liked it better if it was just like Guru, like 8 new Guru songs with like, but it was dope to, or just like his classic collaborators. Like, it was good to see MOP again, Freddie Fox, Big Suge, Militia Part 4 is banging. And just some of the slang is wild to hear. Like, he's mad about the bling era. Which is wild because it's like, you know.
Like the Lil Wayne term. That
He has a whole song about if Pac and Big hadn't died and bling hadn't taken over and real artists could make music. I get the feeling he wouldn't be super thrilled with where hip hop's at now, but.
So I feel kind of lost on it. But so is this album like have a concept or using pre-release stuff or?
No, none of it's been out yet. There was a whole
but
thing.
It's all old. Or some of it
If
is
you
old?
remember, it was super messy when he died. He got tied up with this dude Solar with a lot of things, and that guy somehow got a lot of his, the rights to a lot of his music. So like Preem almost never even got this or was able to put it out or anything. So it was a whole thing. Like that guy was trying to do super janky stuff. Like the legacy almost got like really tarnished there at the end, but like they managed to get the rights back and the files and stuff. So it's awesome that it even came out.
Good for
I gotta
them.
listen.
So
Yeah.
and shout out, you know, I mean, well, what more can you say, you know?
Yeah.
Guru and Preem,
Icons.
an MC from Boston, producer from
Icons.
Texas, met in New York City, changed
There you
hip hop, you know. But the rest of my mix, so I fell off and I missed a couple months, so I kind of wanted to reach back and do some songs I was rocking more, like August, September. Although a lot of things I was rocking didn't make the cut because they didn't make sense. But my duplicate is 7981 Cal. I talked about this before. I've been like listening to nothing but 7981 Cal.
The Baby's not on that list.
No, he's featured on the.
He slipped in.
He's in there.
No, I dropped it. He almost was featured. Young Thug, I listened to a lot of So Much Fun. There's so many different records on that. That didn't make the playlist. But yeah, Cal, I think, is definitely one of the best in Boston right now. And, you know, I've just been running his SoundCloud. So, and then I got, you know, the Oompa record seems mad out of place. But I was listening to it a lot this summer. Order My Steps to, like, kick it off, and then nothing but trap music.
I ain't mad at it. It's a fire record.
That Millie's. Shout out Stiggity Stacks. He put me onto this Drippin' and Drillin' record.
Oh, yeah.
Drippin' and Drillin' my way through the city. Drippin' and Drillin' my way through the city. It's got a Meg feature too. And then
Okay.
I listen to a lot more than hip hop, so a lot of times my mix has a lot of, you know, different stuff. So the whole last half is like country.
I was almost
Hey.
gonna throw in like an
know.
Irish folk song at some
Whatever
point.
you're
in the
listening to,
playlist.
the idea is to give some depth to like what you're
Yeah.
what you're on. So, because we play, I mean, on LFOD, we're playing all that. So
Yeah.
they know we rock with local artists. They know we rock with clean stuff. But did they know that, you know, we had this Frank Zappa rocking? Pop Smoke is also incredible to me in the
Pop
sense
Smoke.
that, I don't want to overuse that word, but in the sense that he literally just made the same song like 12 times on that album, and like the mindset it takes to do that is, you know,
Yeah.
special.
It's
Like
like
he literally repeats the same words, like it's everything.
That's
It's
so
like-
funny. Yeah, I heard this record once. It was was it Pete Rock? I think it was a beat tape, but it was just like instrumentals that had literally the same drum track and like different instruments and melodies over the same drums, and it was all fire. It was like you were listening. Like I feel like I heard this beat 4 times over, but I still don't care. Like while you're going
fire.
through it.
Pete's
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah, man. He had the recipe right there.
He still does.
Yeah,
He still does.
true.
So we're gonna play another record, and then we are going to come back, and I want to talk to you, Amanda,
Uh-oh.
about this Hipstory Night at the Museum.
Oh, it was really dope.
The
So
museum.
Abel got a preview of this joint, and he liked this one. It's Jay Hustle, Friend of an Enemy. Tune into LFOD Radio. And we are back, LFOD Radio. So a couple weeks ago, we were at the Hipstory Night at the Museum 2, which was the homies at the Hipstory took over MFA Late Night. which was super
Mad fun.
healthy. They invited us to be a part of it, which was very appreciated and very dope to be a part of. Connected with a bunch of artists who we hadn't connected in real life with yet, had been hearing about. We did a bunch of interviews. I talked to Stiggity Stacks, who in addition to putting me on to that song, we did a 20-minute interview. First time meeting him. A-Ball had been like, yo, you gotta meet this guy, you gotta meet this guy. And then it was fire that we met and just lined up. And we talked about everything. So we're gonna be dropping that probably this week on the IGTV part 1. The whole thing will be up on our YouTube. It's LFOD. It's worth subscribing there as well because we're gonna be doing a lot of videos. Basically, subscribe wherever you can. Otherwise, then we don't have to keep like being like, hey, check this out, look at this, look at that. You'll just get it right away, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't have to rely on, I don't like spamming tweets and stuff like that. So you gotta just find it that way. But we went deep with him. We talked a lot about the difficulties faced building a community like he's been building in a city like he's building it in, among other things. Also a lot of, he dropped some gems. And then we also spoke with Loman. That one's out now. Probably the silliest interview we've ever done. He just dropped a record called Run the Jewels, Juuls. So we spoke.
Hey, like the jewel.
We spoke at length about the disgustingness of his lungs and the jewel puns that he has brought to the world with his music. Also his creative process, if you're curious to hear what that is. And Union Sound, shout out to them. And we also did a deep interview with Lightfoot, probably another 15, 20-minute one. Tons of gems for producers. He's up every day making beats, so you can learn a lot from that guy. But while I was in the basement doing these interviews, A-Ball was up manning the booth, getting, new signups for our email list,
Slinging
doing
shirts.
raffles, selling shirts, doing all sorts of stuff, basically being our PR,
Slinging shirts.
And then Amanda, you were mostly taking in the show.
Yeah.
So you had the fun job. Well, we all had fun. Anyway, Amanda, everyone had fun,
Oh, yeah.
A-Ball, Amanda, me for sure. Performing, I'm going to run through the list. For DJs, they had Troy Frost
Gang,
and
gang.
Y Sham.
Gang, gang.
On the beats, we had Loman, Abstract
gang.
Minor, Lightfoot.
Gang, gang.
Dancing, we had Stiggity Stacks Worldwide, featuring Ashton Lights, Chad Shabazz, Yo-Yo, and A Bugs.
Yeah.
They were fire.
Yeah.
They were fire.
I love watching them
all
dance,
of them.
man.
All of them
They're
were
great.
fire.
And then, I thought it was going to be the air horn.
Dang it.
And then, this thing is not
thought it
made
was-
for this. Yeah, we're
I
using
thought it was
like...
number 5. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, they were fire.
So, he said he saw, like, ballroom dancing at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, a lot of dance
A
moves.
lot of dancers out
And
there.
then bars, we had Cliff Notes, Rayel, Forte, Capella, Cake, Swag.
Gang, gang.
So, man,
Yeah.
what was your experience like?
I had a really good time. I think it's really, really cool to be able to go into a space like the MFA and be able to take over the way that we did that night. And I say we as in like everybody, community.
Close to 5,000 people.
It was a lot. I mainly stayed for, let me see, I dipped out at some point, but I was there to see Capella, Rayel, Forte, Cake Swag, and I think I missed another
Lightfoot.
room. I was there for Lightfoot. I missed another room though. They were doing beats
Oh,
then,
Optic
too.
Bloom was over there?
Yeah,
They're not
I didn't
on the
even know.
Flyer. Yeah.
I didn't even know. So like,
I did see Optic Bloom.
totally missed that until like after the show was over. I'm like running through, people's IG stories, and I'm like, Optic Bloom was in the building. Shout out to Optic Bloom,
Yeah.
like fire. But it was really, really dope. I think like everybody brought something different. Like I loved the way Capella had really good crowd control. I loved her call and response during her performance. I thought it was really, really dope. I love Rael's spirit. Like, Rael can just grab you in and just like talk to you for real. Like, hey, we're just in my living room and we're just gonna like do this music and like we're just gonna vibe out. Like that's always like the energy that I get from Rael, and the fact that Rael sings and raps, and I just don't be knowing like when she's gonna do. It's just phenomenal to me. Forte was amazing. I love how he brought out Sassy, his sister, to sing with. Like it's always just dope to see like how they do this family affair thing. It's really, really lit. Cake Swag like turned it up. Like,
I was watching your IG stories. Yeah,
that was nuts. I was like, okay. Had people twerking and just dancing, like the whole room like moved. It was just really, really dope. I had a really good time.
Hell yeah.
I didn't eat none of the food though, which was different. I don't know why. I was just like mostly drinking. I wasn't eating any of the food. The lines were super long.
I don't know. I was in the green room eating downstairs. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the lines were
I had a
super long.
delicious
It
veggie
looked
wrap.
good.
You snuck me some
smelled
chips.
good.
I did sneak in a bag of chips.
I appreciated that.
You
I was
know,
like,
I was just like, well, I'm just gonna drink.
Yeah.
But it was really, really dope.
I
The
was sober.
aesthetic in
No,
there.
you guys got to drink. I stayed sober.
Energy was there. Yeah, Hipstory did its thing.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Shout out
Killed
to MFA.
it.
This
Killed
2
it,
years in
killed
a
it.
row. Next year, I'm guessing you might see Hipstory 3
I mean,
at
I
the
wouldn't be
museum.
surprised.
Maybe even before then.
so dope.
But we're going to be dropping all those interviews and stuff as we go. I think this is good for episode 1.
Yeah.
How do you feel? It feels different, right? Sitting at the table.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all will see this when we drop it, the
It's like
videos.
Hollywood. It's like Hollywood.
It is like Hollywood.
Yeah.
The other thing is I'm used to having it on the headphones, and
Yeah.
the thing I like about that is you can hear what everyone's saying very easily. We might need to add. I'm considering adding headphones to the mix. We'll see.
If you ask me, the headphones are like, they make me feel like I'm like plugging into a machine to have a conversation with people.
Okay.
I feel like I like this. But
Yeah.
that's just my vote.
Yeah, we'll see. I do think it might look
I like
strange.
headphones, but
I think we'll see. We'll have to see how it plays out, because the other thing is it keeps people from talking over each other, because you're super aware when other people are talking,
that's
which is
true.
more for guests. We kind of know not to talk over each other, but you've heard some podcasts where everyone is talking at once. And you're
like every single
That's
mic
actually
is
interesting to me, because I'd be like, who do I want to listen to next? And like,
Sometimes,
I might
yeah.
have to rewind that back to listen to
oh, you
it.
go replay it?
Listen, Joe Budden's podcast is.
Sometimes you want to hear every little
shit.
thing.
Wow. Ish.
Sorry.
Big beat coming up.
I mean, yeah, Joe Budden is fire. That's one of my favorite ones. Even though Joe Budden's podcast can say some really toxic and problematic stuff.
Yeah, that's very problematic for you.
But yeah, it's so I rewind it. If it's worth listening, I'll always go back.
Word. That's interesting. I turn off the ones where everyone's talking. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I think it depends on the
Sometimes the
number of
conversation
voices.
gets to that level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If it builds there, sometimes it's like the whole from the jump, and then I'm out.
People are like, that was great. We were having like thick conversation. There was no like
There's
radio
like 5
silence.
conversations
but then
going
you go
on.
back.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll be back next week with our first guest. It's a surprise for now, but we're going to be dropping a big list of everyone coming up. Like I was saying before, subscribe if you want to catch it right away. We're going to do our best to make it so they drop at the same time every day, but it really depends on when iTunes finds them. So we're going to schedule as best as we can. Let us know what you want to hear from us at LFOD Radio, on Instagram, Twitter, at LFOD Life, on Facebook. We're dropping all of this footage on those social channels and the YouTube, etc. Big thank you to the patrons. If you do not know what it means when I say that, I would go to patreon.com/LFODlife and check that out. They have really been great to have on board, especially as we transition to a new phase. And artists and managers, if you heard those songs earlier and you want to know how to get your song played, submissions at LFODradio.com. Send it over there. That's it. I'm Uncle Sam.
Amanda Shea.
A-ball.
And you're tuned into LFOD Radio. Season 6.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
How about you?